Hello and welcome to Tell Me About Your Book. My name is John Christian. Today my guest is self-published author Sharyn Vicente. She has taken on the task of writing a series of books, the first one being called Love Me. Well, that sounds rather interesting, so stay tuned. Hi, Sharyn. Welcome to the show.
Hello, nice to be here.
Nice to meet you as well. Now, I understand you've written a book that you'd like to talk about.
I have one book that is for sale right now. My book, Love Me, turned into a series. I didn't plan it that way, but it has a mind of its own. And yes, so I do have Love Me is for sale currently, and I'm waiting for the final cover edits and just all the putting together for Obey Me, the second in the Page Vale psychological thriller series. I've started writing number 3 already, which is going to be Forgive Me. And that, I just started that one. So Obey Me should be out, I'm hoping December, January. So maybe even sooner, hopefully, but I'm shooting for December or January.
Okay, great. Well, I see a common word there, me. And I can see why you thought of a series there. So tell me about your book, which is Love Me, I believe. Is it?
Yes,
Tell
yes.
me
The
about
first
that.
is Love Me. It takes place where I live in Cumberland, Rhode Island. It takes place in a lot of towns around there, and it's in the fall in New England. So I thought, there's no better place to be than where I live in the fall. And I started around one central concept. I had a conversation, and it just built from there around it. And all the characters said, "Hey, put me in." um, and it centers around some high school students as well as other people within the town of Cumberland, primarily.
I
And
see.
things start to happen. I use real locations throughout the book where some dead bodies and dismembered bodies are found. Um, and yeah, so it's funny, to drive by and think, okay, yep, another one's going here. I'm going to put a dead body there. I'm going to put one here. So it's kind of fun. Yeah, I'm a little warped.
Okay, little fun with all the dead bodies. Maybe you need to
Yeah,
explain that. This is a mystery, like a murder mystery with
it's
a
a
little bit,
psychological thriller.
but it sounds quirky as well. Is that right?
No,
No? Oh,
no,
okay.
no,
Okay.
no. I am, but not the
You're
book.
quirky. Okay, I got it. I got it. All right. How long did it take you to write that book?
Well, it took about 2 years, but it wasn't something I was doing to publish to it started out with a conversation I had with my daughter, and I took it from there. And every once in a while I would just go and bring it up and say, oh yeah, this was fun, this was the direction I was taking, and oh, let me see what else I can do. And then when the pandemic hit, I took it out because once your work is done and your house can only be so clean, um, I said, yeah, let me fool around with that a little bit more. And then I couldn't stop. And I was like, oh, this really is, I think, taking on a mind of its own and worthy to be out there. I mean,
Mm.
I'm an avid reader, and I said, yeah, I think I can do this. So um, I tried.
Boy, that pandemic really got a lot of people writing. I speak to a
I
lot of
think,
authors, and the
yeah,
pandemic was something that they just took full advantage of. I think that's
sure,
great.
sure,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So you never wrote before 2 years ago,
No,
and
I did for school,
okay,
in college and getting my master's. And I did take a children's literature course way back. And my instructor actually did say that you should look into getting this published. This is real. This is like above and beyond what my normal students do. And I did think about it, and then again, life happens, and I never pursued it. I just found it recently, and I thought, oh dear Lord. I did my illustrations myself, and it would need some TLC to get that out there, but
Sure.
I might someday, who knows?
Okay. I'm just curious, how long is Love Me?
It is 380 some odd pages, right around 80,000 words.
Mm-hmm. All right. Very good.
Yeah.
How long has it been out?
It was July of 2021.
Okay. And how are sales for Love Me?
I get shocked because, online it's tough because, like on Amazon and Barnes and Noble and all the others, once your inner circle of friends and family has depleted, how else is anyone going to know to buy it? But I do have a lot of luck at author signings and craft shows and holiday fairs and whatnot. They've done really, really well. I have a crime board
Mm-hmm.
that I use as a prop in front of my table,
Oh, yeah.
and it has all of the locations. And, when I do a show around town, people walk by and they say, hey, I know that place. I know. And they come over and they look and they say, what is this all about? So when I tell them, they almost never walk away without one.
Great.
So, yeah.
Have you done any readings at all?
I haven't done a reading, no. I did a couple of book clubs, and we would discuss it, but to do a reading for something where it's hard to not give away anything, but I think I could probably find a passage or two. But when I was among people that knew the story, then oh, that was my favorite part. This is my favorite part. And, I could go through it and read a little bit like that. But yeah, I haven't not, I'm not against it.
Mm-hmm.
I just haven't,
Maybe it's not
hasn't
such
come
a
my
big
way.
thing these days. I ask people if they do readings, and nobody's
Well,
really done one.
I belong to the Rhode Island Association of Authors, and on their webpage, I haven't seen one recently, but I know that they had I think they went to like a jazz club or something, and they would do readings, but it was mostly poetry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it
I
would
think
be.
I would have them like
Yeah.
with mine. So
Yeah, I guess there's nothing really you can tease in a mystery, I suppose. You'd have to read a
yeah,
whole chapter or something.
I would be yeah, maybe I could pull some things, but it would be hard.
Now, this second book is part of a series, like you said. Do the
Yes,
characters continue on from one series,
some
one book?
do.
Some do.
Some
Okay.
do. Yes, some
Did you
do.
want to Did you want to
The
tell me
ones
about
that are
that second?
alive. The second book, okay, so the main character in Love Me is Paige Vale, and she's a high school student there. Obey Me takes place 12 years after she graduates. So she's in her 30s and she has joined the FBI. So she is brought in on a case that during her 12 years, she amassed certain training, specialized training that they need in order for her to help in this case. And this one takes place in North Carolina. And there's a couple of things going on. There's a cold case podcast that discusses a 38-year-old unsolved case. And they find themselves right in the middle of this cold case.
Mm-hmm.
And new things start happening. New cases are branching off from this old case, and she is brought in to kind of try and solve all of what's going on. And Arabella Luther is also in Love Me, and you will see her in Obey Me also. I had a lot of reviews telling me that they loved these characters and they would like to see them continue on. That's what really got me to think, hey, I wonder if I could make this a series. And um, a lot of family members wanted me to continue on. They wanted to see what would happen with them. So I said, okay, we'll give it a go. I had storylines. I have a lot of storylines in place already. And I said, I wonder, I could try and work it in so that they feature, and it works. It came out, it just jived. So
Good,
it's
good.
good.
Time jumps are a lot of fun, aren't they?
Yes,
I
yes.
like them.
There is a little one in Love Me in the beginning, but not like this. This is
It's
yeah,
12 years. 12
yeah,
years. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Are you planning for another time jump for your third book?
No,
No.
no. We will follow Paige now as an adult and
Working in the
um
FBI.
working in the FBI.
Right,
Yeah,
right. Cool.
yeah.
Very
All
cool.
these weird cases keep
Yeah.
happening. The third one will take place in California, and it centers around a media mogul and an underground secret network. So that'll
Now,
be
since,
interesting too.
now, since you're writing about actual real places, how
Mhm.
much, just personal curiosity, because I've been thinking about doing something like that
Mhm.
as well. And I'm a little bit nervous about that because I imagine there's a lot of research that has to go into that.
Most of my time is tied up in research. I want to be as factual as possible from weather, plant life,
Mhm.
different landmarks, and if there's a murder that takes place, I use a fictitious town. I don't want to. I don't want to
Okay.
taint anybody and have anybody say, "Oh my gosh, why would she do that?" When I lived in Cumberland, so most of them took place in Cumberland and in the area, so I didn't feel like I was overstepping there. But yeah, I use I use actual towns only if nobody's getting murdered there. So,
Okay. Fair enough.
but I do. I look up everything, and I had to research extensively about the FBI and the types of specialties that they have, and so yeah, it's a lot of research. That
Yeah.
Obey Me took about 10 months to write, and I would say 3 solid months were solid research.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's time consuming.
How about the editing? Do you do that yourself?
No. It's very difficult to edit your own work. I'm a composition instructor, and that's one of the first things I tell my students, you can't do it.
Okay.
Of course, I run through the first draft and see what I catch. But I have a team of people working at the college is nice. I have some people that offer to do it. I have a professional that I just started working with for Obey Me. I hope to continue using her services. And, um, you know, yeah, I'm at the point now where everybody has given me their edits. So I'm going through it one more time and waiting for the book cover to be solidified, and it should be good to go.
Great. Great.
Yeah.
All right. This all sounds very interesting. So you got three books. Do you think there'll be a fourth one or even
Yes.
more?
Yes.
Okay. This
Yeah.
is a
I
long
think it's going to be a 4 series book story. So it'll
excellent.
be 4, and then I'll move on to something else.
And what do they call that? It's a trilogy is 3 books. A quadrilogy? Is that a word? If not,
Maybe
maybe
if
you should
you
make it
just
up.
you just invented it.
Okay. Quadrology. Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, Sharon, it's been a pleasure talking to you about your books.
Thank you.
I hope this episode will help you sell more books once it airs on YouTube.
It's very kind of you to do this.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I love doing this. Okay, well, you take care of yourself then.
You as well. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And that's our show for today. If you like what I do here on Tell Me About Your Book, then hit the like button and subscribe. And don't forget to ring that bell for future notifications. And if you are a self-published author, I would really like to talk to you. Until such time, keep on writing and be kind to one another.